Hi, I'm Ben with SteepFuze CBD Coffee and Tea, and this evening I'm going to walk you through how I like to brew coffee at home with the AeroPress. And that is indeed the same company that makes Frisbees. We like to play disc golf here at SteepFuze, so why not support this funky contraption, which actually makes a really delicious cup. The AeroPress is known for a really quick brew, easy cleanup, it's compact, you can travel with it, you can take it to work to avoid K-cups. So many uses. You can attempt to make an espresso, lots of different ways other than just kind of the way I'm going to show you today. I like to brew the AeroPress using a 15:1 water to coffee ratio. So for today's recipe, I'm going to use 16 grams of coffee, and that's going to be 240 grams of water. So first things first, we need to actually go ahead and weigh out the beans here. So let's turn on our scale. And we're doing 16 grams. All right, and then for the AeroPress again, we're gonna wanna do a medium fine grind. So this is a shorter brew time. We're really wanting to extract as much flavor as we can, and having that finer grind really helps with that. So I'm not gonna do that here because I'm out in the woods basically, but we've got our ground coffee here from a bird grinder, very important for a nice consistent grind. And now we need to actually assemble the AeroPress. So typically, you have your cap, you're gonna take your paper filter, which comes with the AeroPress, and you just screw this on the bottom, and you just dump your grounds in. And that's the standard way to do it, but you'll have coffee leak down through the cap, and sometimes people don't wanna do that. So what we're actually gonna do today is invert the AeroPress, and because we're doing CBD coffee, if I can, I like to use a mesh stainless filter, so this will help extract more of the oils and get more of the oils into your cup. So first things first, we need to actually just insert the plunger, and then you're just turning this thing upside down. We're going to get this on the scale, tare it, and just make sure we still have our 16 grams. And the AeroPress comes with a funnel, but you can also just manage like I'm doing right now. So we've got our 16 grams in there. You're gonna wanna just give it a little tap, make sure you've got a level coffee bed, and tare the scale again. So AeroPress, very versatile. There's so many different ways you can do this. Sometimes I'll even attempt an espresso shot, but for today, we're gonna do a bloom actually. And we're using 16 grams, so that's 240 grams of water. And let's get our timer going and start our pour. We're gonna do 40 grams here. And once you get up to 40, you can actually just take this up, give it a little shake, make sure all the grounds are soaking. And we're just gonna let this do its thing for about 40 seconds here before we actually pour the remaining 200 grams. So we're coming up on 40 seconds, and now we're just gonna pour the rest in, slowly over about 30 seconds. And when you're doing this, you don't have to be too cautious about, avoiding the edges or things. Really, you're just looking for a slow pour over about 30 seconds. So all the while the coffee's steeping. If we were doing the regular AeroPress right now, you'd be seeing coffee leaking down into your cup. Okay, so 240 grams is about the ceiling of the AeroPress. What you want to do now is just wait 30 seconds so to get it in its final steep. So we're gonna then actually put on our cap while it's still upside down. And then the really fun part of doing the AeroPress inverted is you're just gonna take your mug, put it on here upside down, and once we get right to 1:30, just gonna wanna quickly flip this upside down, and now you're just gonna do a really slow press over about 30 seconds. So this is gonna help extract all the nice flavors into the cup. You're not necessarily gonna have too much of a bitter taste because we did a pretty short extraction time here. And you're gonna get a little bit more of a rich flavor than you might with, say, a French press, just because in addition to just pressure, you're forcing air through all the grinds, and we're using a finer grind. So once you start getting towards the bottom of the chamber, you're actually gonna start to hear a hiss. And at that point, all the water has been pressed through and you're just forcing grinds. which is gonna actually make the coffee more bitter and astringent. So stop once you hear the hiss, and there it is. So let's stop. All you have to do now is flip this back upright. Like I was saying, the AeroPress is a really simple, easy clean. All you have to do is just unscrew the filter and draw the plunger back, and really you can launch this thing just about wherever you want. So good for the garden, good for the trash. And now you're left with a nice cup of coffee. If you're like me, you can't drink coffee when it's really hot, or at least you won't enjoy it. The AeroPress is already at a nice drinkable temperature, which I thoroughly enjoy. So thanks for watching. Cheers.